we're going to try to hide it is what we're going to do.
Oh, it's going to warm up in 3 days, and then hopefully it'll stay that way.
Of course. A resident did ask me, is that going to stay there? I'll talk to you later.
Call the meeting to order. Well, please rise and ask to join me in a moment of reflection on the business that's before us this evening. Please join me in a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, please take the roll.
Alderman Basso.
Here.
Alderman Begley.
Here.
Alderman Violet.
Here.
Alderman Clifford.
Here.
Alderman Key.
Here.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Here.
Alderman McGovern.
Here.
Alderman McGovern.
Here.
Mayor, city clerk, attorney are all present.
All right. We've got the official results from the consolidated election held on April 4th, 2023, and they are as follows. Ward 1, Jeffrey Key received 209 votes. Ward 2, Robert Basso received 231 votes. Ward 3, Brent Lewandowski received 285 votes. And in Ward 4, Alderman Michael T. McGrogan received 345 votes. So that's there. On the consent calendar, I need a approval of the city council minutes from April 18th, 2023.
So moved.
Moved by Alderman Clifford, second by Alderman Violet. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. And also approval of the payroll and voucher list for the period ending April 28th, 2023.
So moved.
Moved by Alderman Violet, second by Alderman Clifford. Roll call.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman Begley.
Yes.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, no sealed bids tonight that I'm aware of, right? All right, under my report, just one thing I'd like to cover a little bit earlier tonight. Throughout the state, especially among all the mayors, there's been a lot of conversation over the past number of years, but specifically in the last 2 or 3 months about the local government distribution fund, which is, for those who don't know, this was started back in 1969 by Governor Ogilvie, and the state passed a income tax, which it didn't have before that. I'm sure you all appreciate that coming on. But as part of the situation of them the state passing this income tax, the cities were to receive 10% of that amount of the tax, and that was so that individual cities would not go out and create their own income tax and eat into that and create another tax burden on to the citizens. And it worked fine, or as it was passed, until January in 2011. And then at that time, there's a temporary income tax was put into place, and the amount of the cities got went down to 8%, or down to 6%, I'm sorry. And then went back up to 8% the following year, but in 2017, the income tax was made permanent. And from that point on, cities have gotten 6%, 6.1%, 6.8%, never back to the 10% that we were told that we should have gotten to begin with. So there's a push now among all the aldermen for the cities to try to get that money back. And last year we received 6.16% of the monies that was received by the state in the income tax. So we've gone back, we had lobby day last week down in Springfield. We've contacted all the state senators and state congressmen. We're getting some pushback from the leadership as far as taking this and increasing it forward. So we have a concerted effort to notify and to kind of communicate this to the general public of what's happening here. Now, in our case, we receive last year we got $1.8 million, okay, in that, of that distributive fund, okay, of the state income tax. If we would have received our full 10%, that would have been another $800,000 we would have received. Okay, so we're asking for that. Now we realize we may not get it all in 1 year. It may go from 6 to 8 to 10, and we're willing to work with that. But this is what we're trying to do down in Springfield now. Over the last 10 years since it's changed, we've lost over $8 million in income. So you're going to see a lot of stuff, information about this in the future. We've got some press conferences coming up. On our webpage for the general public, if you want some information, it's published on our webpage, just to give you an idea of what's happening. But that's where we're at. This is costing us over $800,000 a year. This year probably would approach $1 million. And that's in addition to having unfunded mandates that are passed by the state. And this not the least bit last year with the Safety Act. Just for example, that's going to cost us about $80,000 a year, $80,000 initially to come up with cameras for all the police officers, and then the ongoing cost of the cameras, the cloud space to keep all this information that we need to do, and different changes that were done with the pension laws and things like that all affect the cities having to spend this money with no money coming back to us from the state. So you're going to see some of this. I just want to inform the people, especially the 8 people up here on the dais, is this is what we're trying to do and get this money back to the 10%. So,
Mayor?
yeah.
Well, I think we can hope for the best.
Yeah.
But I was a very, very young and new teacher back in the day when the lottery was introduced in Illinois, and when we were told that all of that lottery money was going to go
Right.
to education. And we know that the money raised went to everything but education.
Yeah.
So we'll keep our fingers crossed.
Right.
In the Regional, they had a nice article on it. It was talked about
right.
Orland Park, and I think they said they lost like $40 million, during this period of time where, like you said, we lost like $8 million. And, like, if especially if you're getting pushback from people down in Springfield, I mean, there's ways, especially because in that article, the Regional had, it said there was well represented with like 200 and some municipalities were represented
Right.
in that thing. One thing that comes to mind is actually in many of those municipalities, people come to them for these gambling and like marijuana licenses for the cities, and the cities usually can direct, who's going to get, are you going to approve it? Like, we don't have gambling, and maybe if the legislatures don't cooperate and bump that up to a number that the mayors are in agreement with, you just stop saying, okay, we're not going to give any more permits we're not going to allow gambling, type of thing, establishments in our towns, because then they'll lose the revenue that they're getting from that, which is huge, as we all know. And so, I mean, maybe there's things like that you could say, which way do you want to go? Do you want to give it to us on a fair basis that you should have been giving us all these years, or else what we can do is
Yeah.
we'll just start cutting into
The
it?
problem with that, Mike, is that it's cutting your face off, basically, because then the cities don't get the revenue. But we've done analysis, and even with the cities that do have revenue in cannabis sales, that money is not being made up even close. It's still a small percentage of what we're
Right.
losing.
But how about on the gambling though?
Same thing, no, it's a very small percent, it's still a small percentage.
Right.
Yeah.
For the city, right?
For the city, which,
But the
right.
state makes
Right, I
the
understand,
state makes a
yeah.
huge
Right,
amount.
right.
That's I think
Right.
the state is getting their unfair share of, the proportionate amount for the cities
Yeah.
that do have it. I mean,
Yeah, I understand.
where you could kind of say, if you won't agree with this, we could also play hardball.
Yeah, okay, good point. All right, well, thank you. Also like to proclaim that the month of May 2023 as Motorcycle Awareness Month. If you've seen on Facebook, there's a little picture of Chief Chakowski on his motorcycle. But as people, you ride motorcycles, please, pedestrians and specifically car drivers, keep an eye open for the motorcycles as they go through. That's all I have. City Clerk?
No report.
City Treasurer?
No report tonight.
City Attorney is out of town. Communications, anyone have? Citizens wishing to address the council? Nothing? Okay. Finance Committee, Alderman McGrogan.
Mr. Mayor, there's no particular report tonight other than the fact the city's in fine shape. But I do want to thank the voters, as you pointed out on the votes. It's the first time I heard about the number of votes, and I appreciate the support. Thank you very much.
Sure. Public Safety, Alderman Basso.
Oh, yes, Mayor, I have no items on the agenda. However, I'd like to read a special message from Chief Chakowski. On Friday, April 28th, 2023, after 28 years of dedicated service to the men and women of the Palos Heights Police Department and the citizens of Palos Heights, Greg Castor has announced his retirement. While the department with the department, Greg served as a truck enforcement officer, officer in charge, range instructor, and task force officer on both Homeland Security investigations and the United States Drug Enforcement Association. Throughout Greg's impressive career, he was the recipient of countless letters of recognition and commendations from our department. In addition to the United States Drug Enforcement Administration and Homeland Security investigations, in February 2017, Greg also received a life-saving award for resuscitating a 40-year-old co-worker that was in full cardiac arrest. Greg's leadership abilities and extensive police knowledge will be missed by all. We wish Greg a happy, healthy, and prosperous retirement. And I know that I could send wishes along from everyone on the city council. Good luck to Greg, and hopefully he enjoys his long, healthy retirement. And that's the end of my report.
Thanks, Alderman Basso, appreciate it. Municipal grounds and property, Alderman Begley.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have one item on my agenda this evening, and that is a motion to approve the purchase of holiday outdoor decor for Harlem Avenue decorations in the amount of $8,840.
Moved by Alderman Begley. Second by Alderman Clifford. Discussion? Roll call?
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Begley.
Yes.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Motion carries. That's the end of my report,
Right.
Mayor. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Planning and zoning, Alderman McGovern.
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Alderman Key, recreation.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just one quick announcement. The farmers market is going to start 2 weeks from tomorrow in the municipal parking lot, as always, from 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock every Wednesday. And so we really look forward to that event starting up again. And that concludes my report.
Great. License permits and franchises, Alderman Lewandowski.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have nothing on the agenda this evening. However, I'd just like to make a special note of thanks to our Public Works Department and our Police Department and yourself for the participation, keeping the crowd safe this past Saturday for opening day parade for Palos Baseball Association and Palos Power. The streets were packed with young, eager athletes getting ready for the season, and your speech was delivered just before the rain, so everything was great. And
I got the pitch to the pitchers in both cases, for baseball and softball.
that's right, strikes for both.
Right. Well, one bounce, but that's all right. We won't talk about that.
That's the end of my
All
report.
right, thanks, sir. Alderman Violet, you're on.
Yeah, I have a few items tonight. I move to approve partial payment to Integral Construction Incorporated in the amount of $39,348 for the Menominee Lift Station Rehabilitation.
Second?
Moved by Alderman Violet, second by Alderman Key. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman Begley.
Yes.
Alderman Violet.
Aye.
I'm sorry, Alderman Basso.
I also move to award the West College Drive Water Main Lining Project to Aries Incorporated for their lowest bid in the amount of $975,000.
Second?
Moved by Alderman Key, moved by Alderman Violet, second by Alderman Key.
I would like to point out
Sure.
before we vote that this is our big project for this year. Part of our 10-year plan is to have one really big project each year, and this is it. This is the main water intake for the city of Palos Heights, and we've had numerous leaks at that location, and so we're going to permanently fix it.
Mayor,
Any questions?
I'm a member of that committee with Alderman Violet, and Dan, you might want to mention how much underneath our budgeted amount that was. It was quite a bit.
1.5.
Yeah, we had budgeted quite a bit more, and so we were lucky enough to get it at this number. But when you're talking close to $1 million, or
Right.
this is our substantial
Sure.
project for the year.
Great, good work. All right, roll call?
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Begley.
Yes.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
I move to approve purchase of a 2023 F-250 4x4 SD regular cab 8-foot box, 142-inch wheelbase vehicle in the amount of $65,677. The purchase is being made utilizing the Suburban Purchasing Co-op for vehicles.
Moved by Alderman Violet. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Clifford. Discussion? Roll call?
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman Begley.
Yes.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
I move to approve payment to National Power Routing Corporation for the 2022 sewer rehabilitation program that was completed in February and March of 2023 in the amount of $215,602.52.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Violet and second by Alderman Key. Any discussion? Roll call?
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman Begley.
Yes.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
I move to go out for bid for the 2023 sewer rehabilitation project.
Moved by Alderman Violet. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Key. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I move to adopt an ordinance authorizing the city of Palos Heights to borrow funds when needed from the Public Water Supply Loan Program.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Violet and second by Alderman Key. Discussion? Roll call?
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Begley.
Yes.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
I move to approve payment for professional services with RJN Group for the 2022 and 2023 sewer rehab design and construction, on-call underground infrastructure services, and for the GIS services rendering through March 31st, 2023 in the amount of $46,972.78.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Violet and second by Alderman Key. Discussion? Roll call?
Alderman Begley.
Yes.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
I move to approve an agreement for construction engineering services with Strand and Associates for the College Drive Water Main Lining Project in the amount of $35,000.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Violet and second by Alderman Key. Any discussion? Roll call?
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Begley.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
And I move to approve additional construction engineering services with Lockwood Andrews and Newman Incorporated for the Menominee Lift Station rehab in the lump sum amount of $5,775.
Moved by Alderman Violet. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Key. Any discussion? Roll call?
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Begley.
Yes.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
And that's the end of my report, Mr. Mayor.
enough.
A mouthful.
Just kidding. All right. Special reports, business and economic development, Alderman
Mr.
Key.
Mayor,
I'm sorry.
Mayor, roads and construction.
I'm sorry. Roads and construction. Do you have anything?
I have no report, but,
That's why I didn't call you. That's why I didn't call you. I knew that.
but I do have an
Oh,
announcement.
okay, good. Make an announcement.
The Alderman Komarski dedication on the street. I was going over a calendar there. I was thinking of May 27th at noon, because that's also Alderman Komarski's birthday. And I thought it'd be appropriate to do that time, and I could contact the family and whatever city officials there to say, maybe the mayor, say a few
Yeah.
words, and I'll get hold of Bob Komarski and family to hold the thing. Adam at Public Works will take care of mounting of the sign. If that's agreeable with everybody, I'll go forward with that.
I asked if you would, the Women's Club asked at the Lake Catherine event, a couple weeks ago, the Women's Club asked you let them know when it is. They want to.
Yes, I'll make sure they get somehow, I'll get somebody to get hold of them to notify the women's
Great,
club.
appreciate
But
it.
tentatively noon, I figured noon would be a good time. And I was looking at my calendars here, and it just happened to be her birthday, so it sort of fits, so
Is that a
no
Saturday?
objection. Pardon?
Saturday? Day of the week, is it Saturday?
Saturday.
Yeah, okay.
That way people are working and I can
Right.
make it, but if that's agreeable with
Yeah.
everybody?
Sounds great.
I'll move forward with it.
Yep, fine, thank you.
Okay. There's one other little item I just want to bring up. If, I sent, if you look at your phones and your text, you'll see a sign I just sent to you. It seems that individuals are putting up, this particular sign here on a front lawn says, "No airing of dogs, police order." And it gives a representation that the police department is doing this. I've gotten a couple of calls that are the police department now putting out signs on people's lawns about walking on the thing, and I said, not that I'm aware of. This particular individual that does this seems to have, believes in his First, Second, 14th Amendment rights and everything else, and he made the self-made sign representing that the police department put it there. I'm in contact with the police. I'm waiting for Tom Brown to come back to see what the legality of that could be out there. People are thinking the police department's doing this, you know, and I told him no. I called Billy. Billy said, no, we're not doing that. So, but being his signs on his property, put it there, it could come under his First Amendment right if they have signage on there. And the question, I don't know if we want to, I don't know how we could disallow it, or maybe we can if we talk to the lawyer, because I don't think it's appropriate for you to be putting signs out there saying that the police department's doing. It's like putting your own speed signs up on a pole somewhere, so.
Okay, wait till Tom gets back in the scene.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till he gets back,
Okay.
but just letting everybody know.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Sure, that's it.
And
Anybody
my
else?
report.
Anybody else I forgot, by the way? Okay, thank you. Business and Economic Development.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. No report.
All right, Cable TV,
No report, Mr. Mayor.
any old business? Citizens wishing to ask questions? Some new business we have tonight, swearing in of newly elected officials. Who could that be? We have our illustrious city clerk here going to do the honors. So,
Well, we might as well go in order.
I was gonna say, I think you're up, Jeff.
The first nine,
we go in numerical order, right?
the last nine.
Yes.
48.
I'm going to actually have my wife join me up here as I get sworn in.
That was a surprise to her, by the way. That was a surprise to her as you looked.
We've been married 25 years this year, and about half, just under half of the time we've been married, I've been an alderman, and I couldn't do this without her support.
And you're still
encouragement.
married. That's pretty good.
So I want her to do it. I want to be sworn in with her by my side. Yep.
I, Jeffrey Key,
I, Jeffrey Key,
having been duly elected
having been duly elected
to the office of Alderman
to the office of alderman
in the city of Palos
in the
Heights,
city of Palos Heights,
in the county of Cook,
in the county of Cook,
do solemnly swear
swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office of Alderman
of the office of alderman
to the best of my
to
ability.
the best of my ability.
Alderman Basso.
Go ahead, Pat, join them.
I have to admit, this is my wife's fault, okay?
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
Right hand's the other one.
I, Robert Basso,
I, Robert Passo,
having been duly elected
having been duly elected
to the office of Alderman
to the office of Alderman
in the city of Palos Heights,
in the city of Palos Heights,
in the county of Cook,
in the county of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois.
that I will faithfully and impartially
I will faithfully and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office of Alderman
of the office of Alderman
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Good job, there, Robert.
I don't think she'd like that.
Right.
I, Brett Lewandowski,
I, Brett Lewandowski,
having been duly elected
having been duly elected
to the office of Alderman
to the office of Alderman
in the city of Palos Heights,
in the city of Palos Heights,
in the county of Cook,
in the county of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office of Alderman
of the office of Alderman
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Hey, Mike.
Mike's here.
Oh my goodness, I hate this stuff.
Ready.
Raise your right hand. I, Michael McGrogan,
I, Michael McGrogan,
having been duly elected
having been duly elected
to the office of Alderman
to the office of Alderman
in the city of Palos
in the
Heights,
city of Palos Heights,
in the county of Cook,
in the county of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office of Alderman
of the office of Alderman
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to all of you. Welcome back for another session.
Got it.
Any other new business? Being none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank God they elected
Have a good evening.
You shrunk it.